People want to hear about the kissing dragon tattoo.
The people have to know.
People have to know. And they never will.
Never.
No. They don't get to know.
With us to the grave.
That one we get to keep for ourselves.
Keep that in your memory box.
And then promptly dump it out for some song lyrics. Anyway, welcome back to the Seven Star of the Right podcast.
That was bad.
Session
That was good.
90.
That's for us, all right?
we got to keep going. It's a double session.
We're allowed to have a life outside of this podcast.
We don't owe you.
Are we?
We don't owe you anything. But thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Shout out to the fan.
How you guys doing?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The same.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Well,
Anyway, what do you guys remember from... Oh, this is session 90, by the way.
Yep.
Big old 90. We're only 10 away from
The musical episode.
The musical episode that is absolutely
that's
not going to
right.
happen.
In production right now.
Lisan Al Gaib.
Oh, no. But yeah, session 90. What do you guys remember from session 89? It was
Not
so
much,
long
not
ago.
much.
Yeah. Well, Claire had a nice evening where nothing happened.
Well, you don't know that.
Nothing
That-
untoward.
Nothing
That's
untoward. Nothing salacious.
No, it's fine because we
occurred.
vetted Dandy. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Dandy.
Dandy.
Our friend Dandy.
Oh,
Danny,
Everyone's
Da-
favorite
da-
character.
da-
Danny the
thing.
Dandy.
Dandy.
Getting her name slightly wrong every time. Yes,
Alex loves doing that.
we started on Glazow 5, did all that. Had a chat with Danny the next morning. She was able to tell us some interesting gossip that wasn't on kind of the public broadcasts we'd gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Some things about the Zithra group and kind of their connections to the Orsiamian chancellorship. They're having some rocky financial troubles. Some stuff with the Beholder Collective getting stolen from under sort of mysterious circumstances. Let's see, Erika Watanabe, who a couple weeks ago we had bumped into the last time we were on Glazow 5 and had wanted to talk to us then, called off the bounty that was on our heads, apparently. And since we're heading back to Magalka, we've now landed back in the Magalka system. We're considering dropping them a voicemail, I guess.
Basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, that's what we learned there. We did our spike drill, had some personal chats, and right, of course, there's stuff on Orsiame as well. There's like this weird fluctuation in the metadimensional energy that's kind of a rumor, not confirmed by the chancellorship or anything, but these like dramatic shifts that could signal something bad coming. And so Micah was trying to do a little research into that. And didn't get any kind of concrete answers from the books that we got from the Nova Voxis library, but learned some stuff about some old theories about how like psychic disciplines and stuff like that works.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a pretty good list. Leggett talked to you guys, got the job.
Oh yeah, he got the job.
he had the job. He lives on Gaza 5 now,
Yep.
which is good.
He asked you guys about you finding Dr. Kyle Reed and seeing if there was anything you found on his body, which you guys like, nope.
You want
nothing weird.
to know what I put in my
What?
notes?
He was pretty insistent about that.
We lie our asses off.
Well, the thing is, you didn't actually find the mind seed actually on his person. You did notice the weird thing.
Necrosis, yeah.
Yeah. Around the ring finger and the missing ring. And then you found the ring on Deacon's body, which you believe to be the actual mind
We're
seed.
pretty confident at this point. I have investigated it and noticed that it's full of little tech stuff.
Yep.
It kind of seemed like it didn't totally believe us. He was pretty sad.
Kept asking
And he
questions.
kept on asking, but
He's really clinging on to hope.
yeah.
Well, you guys were being very dismissive. Like, oh, no, we definitely
That's
robbed
right.
the entire place. Nothing weird that we found.
Or wasn't. With,
The thing is, that was actually true. It was like,
It's right,
we'll let
there
you
wasn't-
know.
Yeah.
Well, the
Like,
thing
are
is,
you
like, he
sure?
was like, even if it wasn't there, you may have
Seen
seen
signs of
something.
things, and you're like, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've been
It's
hanging out with us
crazy.
for how long? We're
Why are
not
you
that
talking
smart.
so
It's fine.
crazy?
You sound crazy right now.
Who's Kyle Reed?
Anyway, Leggett has been left at Glazov 5. He's with the Paragon Freelancers now, and was asked by Nona to kind of be Quinn's advocate, which, you know him, he'll probably do that quite well.
Fingers crossed. He's not great at people.
No, he's not great at people. He's decent at robots.
Yeah. Maybe the two of them together could.
Well, then you just have two things that are good at robots. Like,
That's right.
They're really making up for each other's weaknesses.
Doubling
One
down.
has legs. The other
One has a lot of legs
One has a lot
and
of
can
legs.
produce more at an incredible rate.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I also, this was never said explicitly, but I think hopefully we got the 2 shells from Quinn.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Cool.
Yeah, you did.
Inventory management.
You
If
got-
you don't like it, it's critical to my
And-
plot.
No, are these shells important?
Guys,
Okay.
These
fine.
shells
They're on
have
the
the
It's in my room.
capacity to house a true AI core of Nona's size.
Yep.
Nifty.
Yep. So
Nona,
with
is this
backups-
body yours?
Yeah, sorry.
It's sitting at the
Fix it
kitchen
up.
table.
Are you using this?
Who made coffee?
EDI is no longer here. That
Yeah,
would have been
I'm
really funny.
really scared.
It is just the 4 of you and Argy, the
It's a
Coffee
dog.
making dog.
The coffee making
The amazing
dog.
coffee making dog.
It's moving.
We call him.
around.
We joke
Empty
about that, but I
shelf.
could definitely see like a roboticist scientist being like, "It's a dog, and also it brings me coffee."
You just wander into the kitchen blearily. It's 4 a.m. Argos is on 2 hind legs making coffee.
Using his mouth to like delicately pour like the
Oh,
carafe.
you guys
into,
are
like, a-
picturing that. I imagine him standing over the mug, his mouth opening, and just like coffee like pouring out.
Fair enough.
All right.
We don't know all those
That's a-
features.
that's
And he
new
just gives up
feature.
to everything that is vaguely person shaped. That like dummy that we sometimes use to target practice on has a mug of coffee next to
You
it.
can adjust the pressure and just fire coffee. Argos, coffee gun.
The
Dude.
lamest
My
Pokemon.
Can do coffee and Monster Energy, but no tea.
Aw.
I mean, if you just take the filter out with the coffee grinds,
No,
you can
that's
just do
not-
hot water.
Hey, somebody does have to put the
That's
beans
not
in
how
them.
that
It doesn't work.
Somebody does have to put the beans in them.
He's morally against that. Somebody programmed that in. It's his custom version of
Yeah, he hates when you have to put the beans in them. You have to like hold his mouth open. It's like giving a dog a pill.
Or come back, Argos, and he just runs into the bathroom like, no, Argos,
it's
come
bean
out.
time. You have to take these beans.
Slather them in peanut butter.
Anyway,
And welcome back.
Okay, that was a better attempt at banter. Good job. I'm all right with this one.
What happened last time?
No one knows.
oh, I completely forgot what my train of thought was.
Beans.
Beans.
Yeah, so we
Uh,
got the shells. We talked to Leggett. We left him there. He knows nothing because everybody else is better at lying than me, and I just stayed quiet.
Yep.
Claire got home late.
I think we went over some of this. Yeah. Claire got home late. She had a fun time, as far as you could tell, with Danny. You guys have kind of vetted Danny some more, gave her some Claire some sibling ribbing almost, and you guys have spent the 3 days. Micah kind of being reflective, taking a read of the parascience books, some things about various beliefs that they had. There's like this apotheosis, which is kind of an embodiment of every single psionic ability. There's these 2 triads, the displacement triad and this sort of analysis triad. And then there's the quintessences themselves. There's 6 quintessences, which kind of is what drew you to this book in the first place.
Yeah. And some of that stuff was, reminding me of the kinds of things that the acolytes of the end will talk about, but in like a more religious sort of context, where this was more like pseudoscience. These weren't like published journals or something, but
Yep. And definitely not necessarily like religious rites or anything that describes some kind of organized way to do this, but a lot of theorization on this matter that doesn't really seem to be backed up by any hard science. But yeah, you guys spent those 3 days. You have reached Magalka. You are no longer within metadimensional space. You have 2 days of travel before you reach Orsiame. But you do have the capacity both to, because you're in the same system as them, there is both the kind of space mailbox, quote unquote, that Eriko Watanabe pointed out to you guys as a way to contact her, as well as the one that Micah, you and your group have set up previously for communicating when someone is, not planet side.
Yeah.
So you guys have access to those two things now. Is there anything that you want to do on either of those, or do you just want to approach Orsiame at this point?
Well, are there messages for us left at those things?
The Eriko Watanabe one seems to be empty. There's nothing that has been left for you or anything like that. It just seems to be sitting out there waiting for someone to put something in it. There is, however, a message in the one left by Micah, your group.
You have one unheard message.
It's
The
just
first unheard
strange.
message.
I press 1.
It's
Message deleted.
Wait.
Go back.
Give me a sec as
Star
I
69? No, that's not right.
as I pull up my notes. The voice that you hear on the other line is Isis, not the group Isis
yeah,
Janky.
you-
your
Okay.
friend.
it was already on the edge. You made it worse, Jeff.
Cut that.
You made it worse.
And they're pretty quick with the information that they give. They first say that we're good, everyone's good. We have infiltrated Ostia. I would not recommend flying into Ostia at this point in time. While the Chancellorship is weaker, they still have anti-starship weaponry on Ostia at this moment that they control of. They took down a couple of merchants this last week for lack of papers, which we have not been able to find a way to forge reliably. I suggest landing where you last set foot on Orsiame. There should be someone there who you will recognize that could get you to us. Sorry for being lax on the information. Not entirely sure if this is secure. And that's the end of that.
To repeat this message, press 4.
Message erase.
You have chosen self-destruct. And so that's the information that you have on that space mailbox.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, just as I was jotting that down, I might have missed it. Was she, or did she say specifically, like, go to a city or just go somewhere else on Orsiame and you might meet someone?
We have a
Calvin
place.
Estate, right?
She was trying to communicate,
communicating
go
Calvin
to the
Estate.
Calvin Estate without saying go to the Calvin
Cool.
Estate.
Great.
Because that was the last place we met up. That's where we took off from, all of that stuff.
Makes every bit of sense in the world.
Yep.
Great.
I think all things equal, I think we should interact with Eriko mailbox. I also would like to have a conversation regarding Terra. We had some plans to discuss that on the road.
All right.
Don't care what order we do those in. Do people have opinions?
Claire would bring up the Eriko one.
Sure.
Be like, so yeah, just, I don't know, record a little message saying, we got your message. Yeah, let's talk. But where, when, how, in what
Do we
context?
want to talk in person? Can we set up some secure way for them to get us information that they have to share without putting ourselves at risk?
It seems like it would take a long time, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Could we set up something with computers? I don't know, it's like something that's encrypted, maybe, that's like a little bit better than this kind of Dropbox that anyone could kind of break into.
I can encrypt it better, most likely. I think the concern is more if the information is time sensitive, and it might be because they did try to seek us out rather aggressively, that, yes, give me information, wait for them to check the mailbox, wait for them to record it, put it back, then we pick it up later, might take too long. Is that correct?
Is this asking Jeff?
Claire.
Oh, I don't know exactly what they have for us. I don't know if they'd feel comfortable leaving it in this kind of remote mailbox. I don't know. It could be a trap, but if it was a trap, they knew where Glazov 5 was. Why not, send the entire Beholder collective on them? Like, They acted just the two of them.
We can always set terms later. This can be a first kind of introductory hail showing that we want to communicate. And then, follow-up messages can be sent. It's not like we have to 100% decide right now. I would also float the idea of, Claire, honestly, if you're okay with this, doing a very small gathering where, Claire, you might not necessarily be there in kind of case of ambush. We can ask Eriko to come alone or with something of that matter. Kind of, the ball's in our court, really, to set the terms of these things. And I think that her reaction to that will tell us a lot about what they're willing to bring to the table.
Would we be comfortable telling her what planet we're on and then communicating via phone instead? Is that an option? This is more of a sci-fi question, but I don't know, if you have somebody's cell phone and they're on this planet, can you literally just find them, or how those sorts of things work? Or is there a way to set up communication such that we're here, get within the cell network, call us, and
burner compad?
Exactly, a burner compad.
I would say it depends on the means of the person, but that information, similar to how one could triangulate, a cell phone in modern day, if they had access to what tower was getting pinged,
sure,
they would be able to triangulate your position.
Okay.
Assuming that they had access to that data, which, she is a citizen of Cass, as far as you understand it, and a member of the Beholder Collective, so is not necessarily directly associated with Orsiame, but might have the means in order to bribe that information out of someone.
Yeah, I also don't recall what the Beholder Collective's relative strength is on Orsiame versus the others. I know they've got a pretty good hold on Gal right now.
They have their, as we've established,
in a lot of cakes. Got it.
Fingers dragged across the tops of several cakes.
They love licking pastry.
They really like to claim their pastry by putting their spit on it.
Ew.
Anyway,
fucking worse.
They're in a lot of different places. With Cass, the government pulling out assistance to Orsiame, there was, I think, reports that there were highly aggressive loans being given out by subsidiaries of the Beholder Collective.
Right.
And so it's very possible that they have stepped in to help that fill that void a little bit. So maybe they do have some sway, but you wouldn't be sure one way or the other.
Gotcha. All right. That's my best suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, I think if we're in the same system and can speak live, my assumption is that they'll be able to find us. So whether we're on the same planet or already on the ship in space, I don't think it super matters in the grand scheme of things. Maybe slight preference if we were already on a ship and could quickly hit a spike drill if we really wanted to. But you know me, I just like having the option of escape.
If we do in person, then I can read her mind. Understand a little bit what she might be after. I know that's a lot more dangerous, but there's more reward in being able to figure out what's going on.
You called out in the past that extremely wealthy people have the ability to put technology in their mind that can block you from reading her. Was this not the case in the past?
I never tried to read her, but it's possible, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. And especially
she knows that I am a telepath, so it might be something that she does to prevent. But they're pretty expensive. I don't know if she'd have one for everyone that was there.
If we're figuring that, I mean, they can probably track us down kind of with any reasonable plan. Maybe it's best not to jump through all those hoops and just keep it simple, and maybe Claire can get something. And yeah, if we can stay on the ship or near the ship, then we do have an exit plan if it is supposed to be a trap. So,
Yeah.
I'd say it's a little scary, but maybe we just try and meet in person.
I'm willing to swing in person, minimal personnel. Yeah. And Claire, preferably, if it's okay with you, I'd much prefer you kind of hidden. You can be there such that you can have eyes, but I don't know if I necessarily want you like obviously visible there to them.
I'm okay being hidden, but I want to be there to help if I can, in the way that I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I think that's your call. If that's what you want to do and where you want to be, then yeah, we're totally behind you.
Okay. Question of timing then. Orsiame before the coronation, somewhere else after, on Orsiame after the coronation. What are we thinking?
So how long do we have now? It's been like a week or
It
so.
has
So do
been
we have
5 days? You have 9 days roughly.
Yep.
Okay. Because we haven't done the 2 days to get to Orsiame yet.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
it's going to be it's about 4 days.
Sorry.
It's 4
so
days?
you have about 10 days.
Got it.
Left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe we get to Orsiame, try and touch base with the others there, and see if we can set up a meet on planet if we've still got like a bit over a week. How's that sound?
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good to me. What was the name of that gambling city where Jordan
Jade.
Donahue is? Jade?
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about there?
We could go there. Yeah, we wanted to stop by anyway. Like all this is assuming that, we don't get there and ISIS says like we need to absolutely put all these things in place because that's going to be my priority.
I'm hoping we
But-
have a little bit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, same thing. I'm hoping that we have a little bit of breathing room to tackle some of these things because especially with like them telling us this kind of ominous thing of like you're in danger, it would kind of suck for that sword to fall on our heads in the middle of everything else if it is pressing. So yeah, Jade sounds good to me. We can meet up with Jordan there and try and get stuff squared away.
Great. I think Jordan might also have a good idea of like a good place to meet up and maybe of some quick escape paths for us should we need to make a quick and discreet exit. That's my hope. I don't know if that's real, but
You could also ask Dorian Gray.
oh yes. Also Dorian Gray,
Yeah,
who's very different from Jordan Donahue.
we've got two whole very well connected,
Very well connected, very talented, and distinct people.
who are such good friends.
They're such good friends. They share journals.
They share journals, they kiss, I assume.
Oh, that is for them to know and you to find out.
Unless we
Okay.
read their journal.
I think we have a plan, and we can send a
cool.
message.
All right.
All
So
right.
the plan is to send a message to say, hey, we're good to meet in person on Orsiame within the next week. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I still would be pro the plan of like burner phone because we literally do not know specifics. We
Yes.
cannot leave specifics right now saying be at this place at this time because we just don't know.
We'll say location TBD. We'll get back to you once you
Yeah.
confirm that you want to meet.
Okay.
Call this number and we'll
555.
no, not the 5 phone. We need to
Well,
have it
no, that's not
separate
my
from
phone
the
number.
Phone's
Mine's
just
Oh,
mine.
okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's not
555
my
is
number.
different from 5.
555 5556.
Oh,
Nice.
the first one got lost. Okay, yeah. So we set up by the burner phone. I'm happy to use mine and update my stuff or whatever.
All right.
Cool.
So you send the message, and Nona, you'd probably be the one doing this as you're probably the more, program oriented person. You upload this file. Can you make an int notice check for me, please?
Yep.
Or an int program check, which I think we've established are the same thing.
Oh, no, I'm way better at programming.
All right.
I'm a whole one better at programming.
Yeah, do int program then.
13.
As soon as this has been uploaded, you notice that it starts getting downloaded as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're able to pick up. You guys have 2 more days of travel ahead of you. You, I assume, head towards Orsiame in those couple of days. On the first day out of metadimensional space, the first night, I should say, as you all, sans Nona, obviously, drift off to sleep, there's something in the air. A feeling or understanding that this night won't be a restful one like the other ones on this trip. You're not sure why you know this, but you know it all the same. As sleep takes you, you find yourself in another place, sitting at an unassuming kitchen table, although one that seems to have more chairs than it really should, as the space around all of you seems to shift and pull in order to seat you all at this table. Nona, despite what you're working on, you find yourself at this table once more in a dreamlike reality, kind of overlaid between reality and this dreamlike space that you've been pulled into by Claire's subconscious.
Nona reaches for the wide awake serum, realizes it's not there because we're already in the dream world, and goes, damn.
Because, yeah, we had those protocols for Chris Rock Angel, but it doesn't work if you're
That's
here
right.
too.
Argos coffee.
You all look around and see the rest of the crew sitting across from one another. Nona, Alex, Micah, and Claire. But as the scene starts to warp into reality, only one of you recognizes where you are right now. Micah, this table in this kitchen is familiar to you. It's your parents' house. Your father is sitting at the head of the table, with your mother to his right and Sky, your sister, to his left. It feels as if a mile stretches between the 3 of them and your end of the table. Your father's meat and potato stew fills your nose as you're taken back to the last time you saw your family 3 years ago.
I just don't understand it. Faking your papers, you're lying, put your coworkers at risk. Think what could have happened if you had Pharaoh around them, on a space station no less.
Cordell, please. She already understands the consequences of her actions. Micah, sweetheart, we're just worried about you. I know you didn't choose to have to deal with your ailment. I wish for your sake you didn't have this burden placed upon you, but it's the way things are. You heard about Rory Merchant from a couple years ago? He tried to hide the fact he was a psychic. Late bloomer, that one. Nearly took out an entire city block. Thank goodness the silence operatives were in the city at the time to contain everything. You dutifully bring spoon to mouth, trying your best to avoid engaging in this conversation. You heard about Rory. He tried to hide his telekinesis, and it boiled up and caused every item in his house to start flying around in a vortex. He was only a threat to himself. The silence operatives finding him completely torched in his ruined house afterwards. He wouldn't have needed to hide if society allowed him to just be.
Micah, are you even listening to us?
Your father breaks your train of thought.
Why do you have to fight us at every turn? Why couldn't you just be more like Sky? She's a productive and contributing member of society, serving her planet and the Chancellor proud. Micah, we love you, but you have to get over the psionic thing. This is the hand you were dealt. Deal with it and move on.
You feel a ball of white-hot frustration knot up in your stomach, but it won't stay down. You glance over to Sky pleadingly. All of your life, you had to deal with this pressure from your parents, from your teachers, from society itself. She used to be there for you, helping her little sister through the worst of it. But that last bastion of support dried up long ago. She doesn't join in, but neither does she help either. You catch an expression you can't read from her. Guilt? Shame? It's hard to tell. The ball of energy that has been sitting in your stomach surges from you. All that frustration, all that anger, all that fatigue. You can't remember what you said, but you remember their faces. Your father's disappointment, your mother's shock, and your sister's apathy. The vignette has the colors slowly pulled out of it as a bright, warm light fills your entire vision, embracing you with its presence. And once more, a familiar, comforting voice speaks out to you through the void.
The abyss looms over the rock of two faces, one fed by lies and greed, the other by strife and self-righteousness. His servants have done their part. The machine is whirring, reeking of death and division. Pawns kill and plot, struggle and squirm, bringing the gears ever closer to the final switch. The work is done. The scene is set. The end is near. The yawning maw stirs. And as quickly as you found you're all in this dreamlike state, you all wake up. It's the middle of the night.
Yeah, Micah back alone in her room, is definitely blinking back some kind of the startings of some angry tears over that. It's not a memory that I like to dwell on. I've kind of been pushing away from it for kind of my whole life since. And yeah, never saw them after that. It's just, I mean, obviously not going back to sleep, but I could tell that the others were there, right?
You could see all of them.
Fuck. All right. Well, yeah, I'm not going back to sleep, so I guess I'll make myself some caffeinated tea. Since we
Glad
have
we're
so much of that.
specifying that now. We have both kinds, and we specifically got sleepy time too, because there are sleep problems on this ship everywhere.
Yeah.
When Alex wakes up, he kind of like sits in bed for a little bit and goes over to the door and just kind of like peeks out to see. Like we never established like a standard procedure. Are we supposed to go back to sleep? Do we like get up? And so Alex
Do we
kind
need
of
to
like
talk about this?
yeah, he
Do we
like
talk
kind
about
of
it in
pokes the
morning?
door open to see if anybody else has like gotten up.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Can you, from the bedrooms, see the cargo hold? We've talked about like catwalks and stuff, but I don't know
No.
how stuff laid out.
The second floor is kind of a solid separate.
There's,
There
like,
is a
corridor.
catwalk, so there's kind of like it's like a 1.5, but 2 is like a completely separate compartment area.
Gotcha. Okay.
So is there a window in the kitchen? Or
Like
would I need to go elsewhere? Like just to look out into space?
You got
Or like
windows
a-
in our bedrooms.
you
That's
got
canon.
windows in your bedrooms. I think there's at least a
We
few in
established
the
that there's
kitchen.
like a big kind of viewing area. I think there's like a bigger window
like
somewhere.
in the bridge as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah, I'm going to grab a big thing of tea. I'm going to turn on the light, but yeah, just kind of head over to a window and stew a little bit, but I'm not trying to hide. If anybody wants to chat, there was a prophecy. It's like,
Claire does not wake up,
obviously not
or
happy
you
about any of this.
do not
but-
tell. You cannot tell if she stirs.
Yeah,
Okay.
Probably seek out the others, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I saw Micah like, plodding away, peeking out the door, I will follow behind.
Enter into wherever, and I say, I think I have found a problem with our wide awake serum strategy.
Yeah.
No, it's a good point, but I feel like the idea of the wide awake serum was the sleep napping. So this is an edge case we did not account for. Okay.
Are
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
okay?
You know what I told him in there?
Hmm?
I said, you know what I told him in there? It kind of got
Not you, Jeff.
Oh, I'm
Gotcha.
sorry. I didn't know if you were
Right.
trying to talk
No,
to
not
me
Jeff, no.
specifically.
No,
not
I'm not
Jeff.
in the scene.
Get
Claire's
outta
gone.
here.
go away,
Get
God.
We'll
Piss
go.
off, God.
I'm sorry.
What did
Yeah,
you,
it got. I know I don't like to think about it, but I remembered when I woke up. I told him, if I'm so cursed, then I guess you guys don't need me anymore. And I never went back. So yeah, there's some of my dirty laundry. Sky as you heard, my sister works with the Children of the Silence. So who knows? Maybe we'll have a nice little family reunion on this trip. Yeah.
Are they they're still on planet?
You don't see why they wouldn't be. They're there my whole life. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And yeah. I found my way to the acolytes in the end. But yeah, they're out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. McRaven's my dad now, but I'm not actually saying that.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look, I know, yeah. We both got stuff, I guess, with actually, I don't know anything about you bumping into your family in Orsiame, do I?
We know that his father was in the hospital.
That's true.
Like, we're aware of that part of that.
Yeah, I told you guys about
Yeah.
Nat.
Oh, yeah. Did we
Yeah.
talk
Okay.
about the
Good,
encounter
good, good.
My
specifically?
sister, yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Well, look at that. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I don't know how much you wanted to hear about like stuff like that, but
No, look, I mean, yeah, I try not to let it, get me down or define me or anything. I'm doing what I love now, what I think it like matters in the world for once. The shit I was doing back then, even when I was trying to, worm my way into that old job, like it wasn't doing anything that mattered. So yeah, I mean, just keep on pushing ahead. That's the way.
right.
Nana is just making a list in her head of people we should be avoiding on Orsiame and just says, everyone's sisters, question mark.
Yeah. Just everyone's family.
Just everyone's family.
Yeah, you've got a
your
good
family,
sister.
too.
I know. I was just thinking
But
that
that's it.
too. I was like, everyone's family. Quinn's fine.
Turns out you don't go into this line of work if you have a happy home situation. You're like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine with how things are going. Then maybe you don't end up being a mercenary.
Everybody's family is either problematic or dead or both.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
about right.
We're doing RPG World proud. I'm liking it.
Okay. Great. Well, we don't have
Cool.
to talk about anything you don't want to. Is there anything we want to say about the prophecy or
Yeah, big prophecy night.
Do you agree?
I've dropped it into
Okay. Thank
the
you.
public
I need
folder
to-
if you guys want to read through it again.
Take a little look see.
No one memorized it.
Yeah,
This is why I need her in the dreams.
that's right. That's right. You would leave me out of that
No,
otherwise.
I wouldn't.
Your only value as a note taker. You don't even get to play.
Do you guys want a read through of it again or just,
Sure, that
yeah.
might be nice.
The abyss looms over the rock of two faces, one fed by lies and greed, the other by strife and self-righteousness. His servants have done their part. The machine is whirring, reeking of death and division. Pawns kill and plot, struggle and squirm, bringing the gears ever closer to the final switch. The work is done. The scene is set. The end is near. The yawning maw stirs.
Yeah, Claire got kind of mechanical with the metaphors on this one, branching into new territory.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but she's not particularly. Gears aren't supposed to move. They just kind of rotate. If they're moving, that's bad. And if they're anywhere near a switch, your robot's about to break.
yeah, it's some kind of like Rube Goldberg machine for flicking the switch.
Oh, in that case, that might be fine.
Okay. What pentameter? Oh, is it in pentameter? What meter is it? The abyss looms over the rock of two faces.
Don't try and do that. I didn't even bother.
One fed by lies and greed.
Oh, that one worked.
That one's good.
That's going.
So, yeah, I mean, Two Faces, Jordan Donahue.
Is that like the maybe? I was thinking because like there's our other prophecy from way back about the two generals, but that's probably not the same.
Pawns kill and plot, struggle and squirm. Bring in.
Bringen. Jeff, you might want to add another G at the end of that one.
Oh, no.
Or an apostrophe. Really up to you. It's either
have I
bringing or
done?
bring in.
No, it's bringing.
There you go.
The space kraken awakens.
Yeah.
Okay, well, great.
Cool.
Stuff is happening, and there is a thing about to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
There's always a thing
Could-
about to happen.
could have guessed with the coronation and everything coming up that some shit would hit the fan, so can't be too surprised.
Mm-mm.
But just kind of seals that in. Would have been nice to go more smoothly.
In this podcast? No.
All right. I mean, while we're up, did we get a message yet? We get any reply?
I don't know if we were intending to get a reply.
Were you not intending to get a reply?
Oh, I thought we were going to
mean,
call my
it's-
phone when we get to the planet. But we can, sure.
I mean, you could view the box basically from
Yeah.
any place within the system.
Well, yeah, especially if they downloaded it immediately.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you basically get a confirmation.
Oh, could they give us a phone number? Then I wouldn't have to burn my phone and redo all my contacts?
They don't give a phone number. They just and in fact what is read off to you is it's more robotic than someone answering a call. It's not like Erico on the other side. It's basically like confirmation. And the information that you get from them is confirmed. We would like to meet in person. Where would you like the meet to be?
Sure. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna set up my phone to be a burner phone then.
Do you respond to this? Do you leave them on red for a little bit?
Well, again, I think we were sort of saying like we will meet in person. If you still want to meet in person, we are going to be on this planet. Here is a number to contact us at. Details TBD.
Yeah.
Because we don't know yet. We cannot say we'll meet you on Tuesday
Okay.
because we might be jailbreaking on Tuesday.
Yeah. We
So you
didn't
basically-
say that part.
You basically give a phone number.
Yeah,
and like
that was
contact
at least,
us here.
yeah.
Make your way, basically, like make your way to Orsiame, make your way to the system.
I'm just thinking of you guys like sneaking through a jail, and Nona's phone goes. "Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo."
Hi, is now a good time?
Fuck.
So we're in a meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Fun, good stuff.
All right.
We should,
Yeah, we can probably buy a new compad whenever we make it to Jade.
Mhm.
yeah, that's a good idea. All right, great, let's go. I might turn back in then.
Night, night.
All right. So it seems like that conversation kind of dies down in the middle of the night. And do you all retire? It sounds like Alex is going to. Mike, are you staying up?
I'm staying up. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
No, are you going back to the work that you're doing?
Nah. I don't know.
Just kind of stare out at the stars along with
Nah.
Micah not saying anything.
If we're in the cockpit, I can drive some things. I can take over.
Check some
Yeah,
dials.
exactly.
Yeah. And so the night rolls on until the internal kind of clock of the Phoenix, while you guys are in the Phoenix, there's an internal day-night cycle to try and keep everyone's circadian rhythm the right way around. And the lights start to come on within the Phoenix as well. Alex stirs, and then Claire takes a little bit longer to stir, but comes out and kind of looks at you all a little bit sheepishly as she rubs her eyes and says, I need to figure out how to stop doing that. I'm sorry.
And it's all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
And she just kind of walks up to you, Micah. And I think she might actually be about the same height as you. You're not actually a tall individual.
Yeah, no, despite how Micah carries herself not that tall.
Like 5'5" or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
that's about
So
right.
Claire's probably about your same height. In fact, she might be even a little taller than you, and wraps you in a hug.
Yeah, I'll hug her back, of course.
And when the embrace ends, she'll kind of like lean back and say, "So I blacked out near the end there, which generally means one of two things.
I share the prophecy with her.
It's good. It's a good one.
I don't care
Yeah.
for that one.
You're dabbling in some new stuff with this one.
I'm really getting very, very machinations focused in this one, huh?"
That's what Nona said.
Yeah, there were a couple little spelling errors, but
I think it might have been the transcription, like more than.
I blame God.
I blame God too.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Fuck you. Yeah. I mean, thought a little bit more last night. The only thing that I got was that it's Orsiame that it's talking about. This kind of like, I think the rock might be a literal rock of a planet.
Mm-hmm.
Two faces kind of idea. The two sides of, Children of Silence and Acolytes and stuff like that. But again, it just kind of circles back to things we already know.
Yeah, it does line up with what that one Shibboleth said about.
You mean?
You
I
all
remember
can
that.
hear it now.
No, I know the word.
Yeah,
Just remembering what it was saying.
Yeah, I'm not digging this up in my notes right now, but it said roughly something to the point of we can do whatever we want now because our actions don't matter on this planet.
Effectively, it said something along the lines of, "There's nothing that you can do to stop what we have set in motion."
So that sounds like this. Ta-da! We've solved it.
Ta-da!
We solved the prophecy in record time too. Good job, team.
I guess it implies that if you wanted to stop something, sorry,
Um,
I'm gonna do this in character.
sure, go for
yes,
it.
God, is that you?
I mean, I
Sorry,
guess
there's something in my throat.
this is all stuff that we kind of already knew, but it implies that, whatever's happening seems to be tied into what the Shibboleth were doing or planning. And if there's anything to stop, it's trying to figure out what they're doing and stopping that.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we can throw a wrench in their works, I would never say no.
We're all gonna die.
Like, this kind of lines up with, like, if there's weird things happening on Orsiame because of them, that might, like, link back to what, Daniel was saying with, like, the weird metadimensional readings.
Oh, most definitely, yes. I was just assuming that there's a large overlap between these beings and the idea of metadimensional energy. They literally come from metadimensional space. They are there doing something, or they've actually probably left by now, and something very bad is going to happen to that planet, and we might not be able to stop it. Probably won't, actually.
Yeah, I mean, right, it connects back to the very first prophecy, right? There's like back then it was like eyes in the deep, and now there's a mouth coming out of the abyss. So we should probably plan on getting off of Orsiame.
I mean, I was just reading all of those books. There's like parascience books on metadimensional space. Maybe the abyss is that where all these shibboleths came out of. Maybe something else is coming out of there. I mean, not much to do if that was true, but that could be the kind of big bad problem that we might run into.
That makes sense.
I guess we'll see.
I think the one thing that gives me hope is the final switch, right? It hasn't happened yet. Whatever is getting closer, that, thing to kick it all off, whatever it is, it's getting closer, but it's not there.
Yeah, and honestly, just kind of talking about the pawn's kill, though, what's coming up involving death is the coronation. execution of, people by the royalty that has been kind of subsisting off of metadimensional energy for a long time. So back to square one. Save the McRaven.
That's what it's always been about.
I worry that would not be enough necessarily. There is mention of the two sides. There's mention of these things going back and forth. It seems to me like rescuing your friend could very well be a thing that is within our power. And the Shibboleth did not believe that we had the power to stop them. If you desire to wreck this metaphorical machine to prevent it from flipping a switch, to prevent it from stuff, I think it's going to have to be bigger than that.
I don't know, because sure, like this idea of like the final switch, if you want to dismantle it all, then you have to do what, well, my dad and the McRaven were trying to do and meeting up for, which was to find peace, right? And then,
Apparently, yeah.
And then they got 8 and arrested. Yeah. So yes, I don't think just saving one person will necessarily stop this, because there's a couple of people being executed. I didn't think that all like one issue was let's save this one person. It's a total jailbreak. Let's stop the executions, which puts off their plans a little bit until they find more people to execute and another big ceremony to hold. But that's a much bigger ask.
Yeah. Jeff, could you remind me of something?
Mm-hmm.
Did we have more context for why they suddenly decided to change the chancellor from austere to the
Kind heart.
kind heart?
Kind heart.
Was that like political pressure, or are we like just not sure?
It was implied political pressure.
Okay.
They were always going to do this coronation thing. They just moved it up, right?
Yeah, they
Like,
moved
it
it
was
up by
always part of the
by
plan.
several months was the thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, chancellors reign for something on the like order of like 50 years or something like that. And at the end of those 50 years, the next chancellor is chosen and they reign for 50 years. It was originally intended to happen near the end of this year, but there was clearly growing political unrest. And it seemed like, I think there was it'd say something like, yeah, in a show of strength as well as an attempt to quell the masses, the chancellorship has announced the selection of Chancellor Kindheart, and the ceremony will be moved up from the end of the year to 2 weeks' time. So it's both of like, hey, we're still in charge here, and also like, but this guy who has been in charge for the last 50 years is getting out and we're switching up gears. So it's both like there was political pressure on that.
Okay, yeah.
As far as you can tell.
Right. So that seems more like it's responding to whatever mess they've got going on with like the Zethra group and stuff, not necessarily like I don't know, like the Shibboleths are necessarily directly like pulling those strings or making that happen. Maybe they are, but it's not so cut and dry there. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I've got a place to start anyway. I mean, all of this wrecking the machine, we only have so many ideas of what that looks like, but saving Vaughn, like right now, is definitely seems like it'll be a part of it. And yeah, it's what I want to be doing anyway. So
Sure.
yeah, stick to the plan.
Great.
Okay.
We'll talk.
So that day kind of drags on with you guys just thinking about, the prophecy. Mike, obviously you have a lot of things on your mind at the moment, but you have one more day in travel before you guys all go to sleep again. This time just kind of looking around, don't have that same feeling of something's going to be up in the air as you all sleep fairly restfully, unless you guys say otherwise. You find yourself on the end of that second day with Orsiame in front of you. Now, if you remember what this planet kind of looks like.
Question.
Yeah, what's up?
I know there's a lot going on. I did want to have a Terra conversation.
rolling back to the conversation that was happening before and after there was kind of a lull. Sorry
Yeah,
about
like
that.
Take it back now, y'all.
Yeah. I like honestly, if the vibes are wrong, if we are constantly just
No, do it.
being okay. Cool. We gather at some point and I say something to the effect of I do not know what to do about Tara.
Keep her asleep. She's not hurting anyone this way.
What are our options? Yeah, I know. Obviously, you, Nona, don't want to keep her like that for very long, and I get that. With everything else that's going on, it does seem like she's like an extra element that maybe we don't really need right now. But I mean, where are you at with it?
Yes, I will leave her off until we have concluded our business on Orsiame. I don't know if she has the ability to turn herself back on. And beyond that, I find myself with an impossible choice here because either I leave her off and eventually we go looking for another solution to solve this problem, keeping her off that entire time, which I would not feel good in that situation, or at some point I turn her back on and maybe she attempts to kill us and we don't have a solution. There is, I don't know. I thought bringing Kyle Reed back is the right thing, but maybe not. Maybe we go find that other doctor in the 3 systems away from us. Maybe we do something else. I do not know what to do.
Yeah, look, Ned, I mean, this is all kind of your ballpark. If you decide it's the right thing to do to try and bring back Kyle Reed, we'll support you on that. If you want to track down this other doctor, that could be an option for how to handle Tara. The one thing I'll just say is, yeah, I think we agree, but for right now, it might be rough because I mean she's shown she was trying to do something and breach containment maybe when we were back on Demos, and so I'm not sure that's a risk we should take now. I heard you saying that yeah, maybe we'll leave her asleep for now, but whatever the long-term thing is for that, I'm behind you.
Yeah.
Well, there is also the fact that Orsiame contains the station that contains Samantha Calvin's mind seed. And if we don't die in our attempts to stop the coronation, overthrow the chancellorship, all of this, Deacon will be returning there. It is in his list of things to do. So, timing around that. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I do think to preserve optionality, I think I want that mind seed.
True enough. I mean, we're planning to go to the Calvin estate, right? Is that where she... I mean, we don't know where it is, right? But
no, we know where it is.
Do we know exactly where it is?
We do, yes.
Oh, sick.
Oh, we have high confidence. We know where the information was beamed to. I do not know what it looks like or what final form it will be taking, but we have the location. We know it's on Orsiame. I do not believe it is at the Calvin estate.
It's not at the estate or at her other lab that we found.
It is on the outskirts of Principa.
There you go.
The seat of power for the Children of the Silence.
Yeah, basically the only place that they still definitely have control over.
So cool. Yep. So great.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Don't lie to our faces.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good point, and that's something that Deacon definitely shouldn't get a hold of.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if it all goes from one thing to another, maybe we have a shot at the Children of the Silence here. There's a chance they'll be distracted by the coronation if there, is a time where guards at their stronghold will be down. It's when all of the children of the Silence are at the coronation protecting their liege lord, the emperor. That's a thing there. But again, they will also be busy at that time, most likely.
That is right.
Or potentially before then, maybe.
Yeah, because we don't have like a real precise timeline of like when Vaughn is getting moved. If it's like exactly on the same day, maybe we have a little bit of wiggle room there. Because you're right, that would totally be the best time while they're distracted and somewhere else.
Yeah. We could go immediately after. I don't think Deegan is on planet, and news, again, provided we don't die, news of the chancellorship being overthrown should not reach him immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, information in this sector, just in general, tends to move slowly. It can only move as fast as someone carries it, literally.
Yep.
And if he's not even in this system, it takes a spike drill in order to get through. And so there's only so many things that are able, like you guys are able to go as fast as you are because Nona's a pretty good star pilot. But it's very possible that, most people would have to take at least a week in order for that information to travel to a sector unless they have access to very expensive equipment.
So yes, that would be my request then. Let us focus all of our energy on resolving this, and then afterwards, very soon afterwards, we go there.
We can do our best, but we're ultimately really lacking information. We're tossing around overthrow a lot, which is out of scope of this like core thing of we want to save a select group of people from being executed at the coronation. And that might change as more information is presented. But as of right now, that's really hard. So I we'll keep our options open. And it's a good call out because I think that if there is a good time for it and everything else goes well, then there's a chance that we can just like keep the momentum going and go in from there. But
yeah, no, good point. Eyes on the prize, saving Vaughn. If I can blow some stuff up along the way, I won't say no.
That's almost a given.
But yeah, we need to know more for sure before we really kind of set anything in stone.
But that's not to say that we're not going to try.
Yeah, for sure. That is now part of the plan. After we rescue Vaughn, go try and grab that seed.
As for the short term of Terra, the only option that we don't have is turn her back on all the time, keep her off, turn her on briefly. This is, I hate saying that, enable communication briefly, have whatever talk you need to have. But when we are on the ship, she's proven that she cannot be trusted on the ship. So we're going to have to cut that off.
I was actually going to say that regardless of what happens in the future, I do believe there will not be, if we are ever not on the ship, I am not watching her. She will be off.
That's right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great. And we can discuss long-term things after this next week and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, so many things are going to happen.
Alex
You're
and
going to be
Mike are
different people
having
by the end of it.
very different relationships to the upcoming strife. I think Mike is starting to get amped up. Okay. They're hopeful that that it's not all going to go to shit, which I'm sure it will.
Yeah. The one thing I have going for me is that Cass should not be on planet right now. Those relationships are bad. So hopefully,
they're on
fingers
a different
crossed.
planet,
That's
aren't
true.
they?
That's the idea.
No, like not Cass. They're somewhere else.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about my family.
Yeah, the Cassian government had a recent deal that they made with Maloma Rhodey.
That's it.
Yeah.
to quell the irradiated few.
That's right.
Oh, no, sorry.
Irradiated many, Jeff. You make this every time.
Irradiated.
You
Well, there's many
a
irradiated.
lot of guys.
There used to be many more.
They're all dead
Now there's few.
They were briefly the irradiated some.
That's what the Cassian government is helping with.
Yeah.
They go from many to few to not a problem anymore.
Mhm.
Yep. Cool.
So yeah, but not
All right.
here.
That's all.
Go
I'm
team.
done.
3, 2, 1, break.
And back to the description that I had before, where you were traveling through the stars.
Yep.
And you once again find yourself in front of this planet. And I'll just remind you what this planet looks like. It is either one of two features. It's either ocean or it's mountains. Mountains.
No valleys.
No.
The valleys are in the
Valleys are
water.
in
Only
ocean.
That's right.
Ocean Valley. Cool.
Ocean Valley. You can go down there.
That's my
Hold your
favorite
breath.
Stardew Valley mod.
Just to remind you of the major continents, there is Ostia. That is where Principa is located. This is still the seat of the chancellorship. They have power over it. They probably have lost some of their influence, particularly around the edges of the continent. But you know for a fact that they've lost complete control of Strania and Corstia, the other two inhabited continents. Strania is the one that has Breeze as well as the Calvin estate. And Corstia is the one that has Jade, the New Vegas,
The Fallout.
the
New
Las Vegas, the Fallout New Vegas kind of town with the spire that's always won over.
They
It
have
has
multiple
spurs.
spires.
They have spurs that jingle,
Jingle,
jangle,
jangle.
jingle.
Yeah.
Come on, we're close.
It's a really good soundtrack. Big Iron and all that. Anyway,
Oh,
Gilfern is the last continent. It is practically uninhabitable. It is just mostly sheer cliffs, very rough seas. It is where Alex's prison was stationed, if you guys remember that backstory, where he met Kynon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah,
Yeah.
that is the reminder of what things kind of look like. Ventios and Serenity are also on Ostia. I forget exactly where those two were mentioned. I think Serenity, there was an attack that happened there in a
Faction turn.
faction turn long ago.
Yeah.
Cool.
And as the map is laid out, we've really only been to the eastern part of the planet where Gilfern is like pretty far west. I don't know to what extent that wraps around. So you could
It's
like,
actually the western part of the planet, right?
you know,
so-
I never went to
Is it
school,
on the
Jeff.
left
You can't be
side?
mean to me,
It's on
but-
the left side.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm exactly wrong.
It's okay.
You know, I'm constantly spinning.
So yeah, the opposite of what I said. I don't know how much ocean there is on like the quote unquote backside of this image, or if it like wraps around and like there's roughly the same distance between like Strania where Breeze is, like to get to Gilfern, which is mostly uninhabited, compared to getting to Ostia, which is sort of in the middle of the whole map. But
You-
suffice to say, we've
yeah.
never really gone especially close to there thus far.
I think you have been to the western side of Ostia, as that is
That's true.
where
Claire's
Claire-
village was.
Claire's village was, which I believe that was Serenity.
Oh, cool.
And Ventios, I think, was the city that happened in the faction turn.
Gotcha.
Are there no ice caps on this planet? Is it all ocean?
There are some ice caps.
And what are the environmental implications of this?
Don't
I
think
don't
too
ask-
hard
don't
about
ask
it.
that.
Is rocks and water. And if you remember, there are no plants
Disagree.
except on one very specific island.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And in
Jeremy's
Jordan
Island.
Donahue's
No, we haven't gotten there yet.
But
S.
Right up there.
But not in Dorian Gray's.
Weird.
Not the same.
Undeniable proof that they're in fact
The
different
plot
people.
thickens.
Hopefully
Just
the vines
like-
do not.
And so I assume you guys are going to fly towards the Calvin estate.
That's right.
All right. As you approach and the land masses get closer and closer to you, you do once again recognize that it is not just one land mass, but a bunch of mountains that peek out of rivers that kind of cut through the peaks of these various ones. Some of them are closer together, some of them are farther apart. Some, like a ship, wouldn't even be able to possibly squeeze through. And as you approach, you hail the Calvin estate. I assume you hail the Calvin estate unless you just want to just frickin' land.
Still a buzz.
Right by.
Danger close.
And you don't recognize the voice that calls out on the other line, but as soon as you mention we are on the Phoenix, we were told to land here by ISIS, you're given directions as to, yes, you're free to land, so on and so forth. And once again, you find yourselves in this little alcove that has a series of buildings from the rubble that was excavated to create buildings that kind of line the walls of this alcove. So you have a couple of stone houses that dot the estate that leads up to this big, old looking mansion. And when you land, you are greeted by two familiar figures.
Is it Lynn and Roscoe?
Stop it. Yes, it's Lynn and Roscoe. And just to remind you, Lynn, Bradshaw Calvin, and Roscoe, Bradshaw Calvin. Lynn is a chemist. You saved her from Cyril Sharpclaws in Breeze. She was the mind behind Reverie Plus, the ability to apply Reverie without the need for kind of medical knowledge. She escaped from Cyril, and then so Cyril picked up Roscoe, who you also saved by burning down Cyril's house.
Yep.
It kind of as part of saving Claire as well, because he was holding her hostage.
Yeah,
at
the
time.
burning down happened because of Claire.
Yeah.
As a fringe benefit. But we
That's
did enjoy burning down the house.
Just to remind you what these two look like, Lynn is a petite woman with tawny brown hair and a messy ponytail. Thick glasses frame her face that she is constantly readjusting as they slide down her nose while she is touching them. She has a nervous energy around her, constantly blinking, readjusting her poorly fitted glasses and shuffling her feet. Whereas Roscoe is this tall, barrel-chested man with dark, wavy hair.
Pulled back in a ponytail.
He has
That's right.
With glasses on his face.
he looks much different.
It's got kind of a nervous
I was
energy.
just going to say, Jeff, could you please give one character in this well-fitted glasses? But I believe Danny might actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
she
Danny's
does.
glasses fit well. Put that
hers
down
is-
in the pro
She has
column.
tiny eyes.
Tiny circular glasses.
Yeah.
For a tiny circular
So we
eyes.
got only 2 out of 3 people have poorly fitting glasses here. So please continue.
All right. Well, he also has a still inner
Don't you dare.
stoicism to him that meant you could mistake him for a statue if you weren't paying attention. On his right arm near his shoulder.
What's up with that statue? It's right behind you.
It's the same like oh shit thing with Claire, but it's huge.
He's got a
It's like
tattoo.
the screaming rock.
You give him a quarter.
Anyway,
Guys, we're so
he's also got a tattoo.
Okay.
What's the tattoo of? 3 making out dragon.
Just one up, sorry.
What up, Zuri?
It's a gear with 2 pickaxes.
Gears.
Gears. Shit.
on it. Yeah,
Cracking this wide open.
There you go.
yeah. He's a miner.
Don't let him near a switch.
Lynn.
No,
That man is
he's a miner, not a miner.
Lynn's a switch.
Okay.
Anyway,
Woof. All right.
these
Let's
two
pick it back
people
What a fun
greet you,
time.
and Lynn says, "Oh, hello. How are you all? How are you all doing? How was the trip? How are you? Yes,
Busy. Yeah.
I've had too much
plates yet?
caffeine.
You're good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We took a connecting flight through through a space station.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Yeah. Very easy. How are you?
Oh, doing quite well. That information that you gave me, and that the thing that we talked about before,
Did you make
went,
plans yet?
Oh wait, no, not yet. But we're close. I can get their roots to latch on to the rocks themselves, but they need to be able to draw nutrients from it. But I think there needs to be a little bit more
messing around with the formula, but I feel like we're close. I think that the start that we have right now could actually bring vegetation to this whole planet. It's quite exciting. Much better than when I was generating drugs for junkies. It feels more purposeful, you see. But anyway, I really must get back to my work. It was nice all meeting you again. And Roscoe will show you to your ride to, I assume you're heading to Ostia to meet up with the rest of your group.
That's the idea. We're just taking a little bit of a roundabout way to get there.
Yeah, Ostia is, well, there's a lot happening. Strania and Korstia, for the most part, have been able to get out of it. We've had our own governments that were able to handle many of the things, day-to-day business that normal people needed, but it just kind of reported back into the government sitting in Ostia Principa. But once all of that came out, it was a pretty quick cutting of the connections, so to speak. Korstia first. I think Jade and Jordan had something to do with that. But Strania followed not too thereafter, so be careful there. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, great. How are we getting to Ostia?
Yeah, what's the plan?
And that is when the statue that you mistook for a man speaks.
It's
okay.
getting worse.
That's not a person, you guys.
That's a statue, and it spoke.
And now it's talking. This is
First, you enter the shrine.
The statue that you
The
missed.
monkey idol.
Damn it! The man that you.
Yes.
He looks
that's
like a
right.
statue.
Yes,
He is a
That's
man.
right.
He is a man.
You could just stop there.
He is a man.
You just say man.
He says, "We've got a ride for you. He's been hanging out around here. I'd very much like him to leave."
Okay, let's do it.
So sultry.
Anyway, he's right over here. And
Could it be?
Yeah, of course it is. Come on, we don't want to generate new NPCs.
He starts taking you guys to the docks of the Calvin estate, where you recognize a long ship that has a handful of barrels on it. And after approaching, you see a hat kind of like duck below deck and then back up and kind of like going
pull out
back
my
and
gun.
forth. And a man peeks up over top, and you see a ragged bearded man with an eye patch
Just fucking shit.
and a captain's
taking
hat
shots.
that just headshot that sits slightly off kilter. He smokes a pipe that looks like it was whittled from a rotten piece of wood, and you hear him say, "Well, I'll be
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
if it ain't the what do you call you guys yourselves?
Nothing.
No,
Alex.
You know, Alex, Micah, Nona, Claire.
Oh, he knows my name.
Well, you all are heading on into Ostia, huh?
Do we have to get in
Yes.
barrels again?
Well, I'm going to need at least a little bit of hands. Most hands are over there in Ostia already, but at least one of you guys is going to need to help me out with getting through various checks and whatnot. You know, they want to make sure them smugglers can't get through, but they're not keeping a good eye out for us. And but perhaps, you know, less people the better, and the more, you know, product the better. So yeah, maybe one or two of you guys going to need to get into barrels.
Shit.
Okay.
I'm probably wanted or something, so I probably shouldn't be.
You go in the barrel,
I don't
Claire
wanna go
goes in the barrel.
Oh, God damn it.
I don't know, man.
What sort of help do you need? Is this of the physical sense or the administrative sense?
He points to you, Nona. He's like, I'm going to need some help, you know, picking up barrels, and you look like you got some more arms than the other one over there.
We have the same number
I
of
can
arms.
pick up
The
barrels.
stronger arms.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Technically, I own no less than 12 arms.
Do you have
They're
those
just
on
not
you?
with me right now.
There you go.
That's right.
We could do a benching contest to see which one of you can like lift one of these barrels. Real good. I washed them out this time.
That
Not
wouldn't
even
be
a hint
bench-
of radiation.
That would be a bench press.
You could do rock paper scissors.
So close.
No, I'll get in the barrel.
Okay.
All right.
Last time you liked the barrel.
I did.
You don't need to get in the barrels
I
just
could
yet. Just
really-
when we get into Ostia, though.
Please. I don't want to be here
The happy
anymore.
place.
I just want to make.
walks over and like flips.
I'm just trying to find a barrel that fits me. No, you don't understand. This is my barrel. It was made for me.
Oh no! Why? Why
Yeah.
would you do that to a person?
He looks down at his watch and says, "Oh boy, well, we might want to get a move on. I have an understanding that things are happening in the next day or two, and you know, it was probably this is the last day we could have brought you over and still made you in time for the event that's going to happen. Now, they don't tell me very much about what the event is, but I'm sure it's fun.
It'll be a party.
Anyway, embark."
Thank you. Thank you. Captain.
As he ducks back underneath the below deck to do some captainy things.
Who was that?
If we're gonna go fight
He
the
was so
government,
familiar.
can we call Batman?
Oh, we should call Batman, actually.
Would
That's
that,
not the
would that
bad
be
idea.
all right?
Maybe
Dorian Gray?
Yeah, we have Batman's number, don't we?
You do
do.
have Dorian Gray's number.
the bat phone.
Is that
You
okay?
gotta turn on the signal and have the thing in the air. Anyway, yes, you can call them if you would
is
like.
that is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Jade.
No, not Jordan Donahue, Dorian Gray.
Yeah, I know what I said.
She was last seen, same place,
Somewhere else. Yeah, she was last
same
seen on
room.
Jade. I think no,
Different
actually,
phone numbers though. We have both of them.
That's true.
but I think there shouldn't be a problem with calling Jordan.
Wait a second.
There shouldn't be a problem with calling Jordan.
Call Jordan at the exact same time.
No, you can call Dorian Gray. I'll call Jordan Donahue.
We'll call him at
We'll
the same
see
time.
what happens.
What are you guys doing?
Honestly, I would be straight up for that. I don't know if Nona knows yet. We're close.
I don't know. Like we've talked about it so much. Do we actually
Well,
believe this or
we're
not?
going to Ostia. We should tell Jordan Donahue about that we're here at the very least, and like maybe we set up a rendezvous. And I guess we should call. We don't have. Do we have Dorian Gray's
We
number?
do.
We have.
We got
I think you have both- I think you have
Dorian
both of
Gray's
their
number,
numbers.
which is distinct and separate from
So
Jordan Donahue's
yes, so
number.
let's make some calls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, you can call Jordan. I can call Dorian Gray, and I'll let her know, that we're coming to town. Obviously, probably know some shit is going down, but I mean, it's like she's super capable, so might be able to help. And we're going to coincidentally call them at exactly the same time.
Can we switch? I like Dorian Gray better.
Great, I can talk to Jordan. That's fine.
Okay.
I can handle synergy.
So, are you purposely doing this at the same time?
think we are.
Not like purposefully, but in universe, we might as well there's no
All right,
reason there.
yeah.
Parallel
I guess we
process.
could just put each one on speaker, but there's like
Because they're such good
theoretically
friends.
no reason to. Like,
Yeah,
we're just
that's
trying to-
your diary.
Yeah, I mean they're best friends. They know each other. I think Dorian Gray introduced you to Jordan Donahue.
That's right.
Anyway, so you both call
We'll see who picks
Micah
up.
Yeah, we'll see who picks up.
calling Jordan Donahue.
Who are you?
That's right.
Are you Bruce Wayne or are you Batman? When you get the call, which do you go for?
And my Nona is calling Dorian Gray,
That's right.
and both of them are ringing and ringing like more than like definitely the phone on the other side.
Smash cut to Jordan Donahue. It was like, shit. Fuck. Oh, God. It was like, the two-
Face rapidly shapeshifting.
He's running through like 4 different rooms. It's like a towel around his waist.
There are multiple women in the background.
And,
Is your phone ringing? Shut up.
Dorian Gray answers, but Micah, you get the voicemail for Jordan Donahue saying that I'm sorry, I can't be at the phone right now, but I'll give me a short message and a number, and I'll call you back as soon as I can.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, it's Micah Wynn. Hey, so we're back in town. I do have a last name. It rarely comes up. Yeah, we're back in town. We hey, look, we're thinking of maybe coming around Jade at some point, not sure when, but we found out some stuff about what you'd asked us to look into last time we were in town. And like to meet up whenever you've got some time. Think you have my number? Yeah, see you soon.
Amazing.
And Nona, you get a hello.
Hi, Dorian Gray.
Yes. This is the phone number of Nona?
That's right.
You guys planetside?
Yes, we are. We just got back and now we are on a boat, as seems to happen here.
All right, real quick. Let's try and keep things as general as possible. They might be listening in.
That's fair. Is boat too specific?
No, that is that is general enough. It was more of just like in the future, don't say where you're going.
Oh, yes, of course. Like the other people were doing that one time. Got it.
Yes. I am with friends of yours.
Oh, already.
So likely you will see me when you get on that boat. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Alex checks a barrel.
Could make a wisdom notice check as the voice coming from inside the boat.
Grace in another barrel.
Are you on the boat?
No, I'm not on
asking
the boat.
it. Actually, that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Understood. Well, thank you. I was sort of expecting to have to ask for your help.
About?
Stuff.
Yeah. After the recent events, and there's a pause on the call, long enough that you're worried, like, did it drop? Where she speaks up again and says, after all that happened, I figured out, or at least made some decisions. Neutrality is not necessarily something that I can be afforded anymore. So, yeah.
Understood.
Cool. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Probably see you then in I can't say, because that will give indication of like how far away the two of us are.
That's right.
I'll see you
When we get off the boat.
when you get off the boat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, take care of yourself. And you know who you're traveling with.
Yes.
They can be a little unhinged at times.
No, we're a lot better now.
I was talking about the other one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one's not better.
No.
I think
I don't think they ever will be.
they may have gotten worse. It's almost as though like the universe was holding this back and really wanted to drop it on us at this particular moment in time. Just all of that energy just came out in a single sentence. Anywho, we will say our goodbyes and hang up. Okay, now go, do it.
Oh, I already left the message
No, go.
while you were talking to her.
Just didn't pick up.
No, he didn't pick up.
You didn't pick up.
Mm.
And
Okay,
so
well-
you guys start to embark when
Yes.
Micah's phone starts to ring and says, "Oh, hey, Micah. Sorry, I missed your call. I was in the
I
bathroom."
was doing billionaire shit.
Ew. He was doing millionaire shit.
All right, TMI, but great. Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, what's up?
Nothing much. It sounds like you guys are planet side again.
Yeah. Yes, we are. I don't know if you heard my message.
No, yeah, that's why I called back. Yeah,
Great.
Yeah, I'm actually not in Jade right now. Doing some work elsewhere. But let me know when you guys drop by. You're free to use my penthouse for anything, if you need to stay or anything like that.
Party.
Oh man,
Party.
Side
Yeah.
quest.
you're a gem, Jordan. You're
Wreck.
Real
You're
quick
great.
though.
Yeah?
You remember that task that I asked of you guys? The last time we saw each other.
Yeah. That's what I was bringing up. Yeah, I think we found something you might be interested in.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm not in Jade, but could you?
It's like
I
Try
assume
calling.
just
Can you call
squeeze me
Dorian Gray?
in
Let her know that I want that.
I'm pretty sure.
yeah, we could do a conference call actually.
No.
This is everything for me.
Can you? I'm not going to say too much because I figured that the these lines might not be completely secure, but I assume you're headed to a very a particular place that I know that a mutual friend of ours will be there. You can send that stuff that you found to her, and she will pay you.
How? She got no money.
And then, she can hand it off to me at a later date. Sorry, I can't be there though.
Oh, that's gonna be that's a shame. I was really looking forward to seeing your beautiful face again.
Well, I mean that's very flattering. I can see what I can do, but there's very big politics stuff that I need to attend to.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got a lot of billionaire shit to attend to.
Yeah, a lot. The shipping industry, man, it's gone all haywire. A lot of things that I really need to focus on at the moment. So but
look, so listen, I just know you're definitely gonna like what we track down. So
I'm excited.
Hope it gets to you soon.
I'm excited to see what you guys have and eat it.
Yummy.
This conversation was everything to me.
And then he says, I actually have to go now.
Somebody else is on the line. Alex. Sorry, I think Nona tried to get to you before.
I just want to be clear that what the plan is.
We just want to follow up on something. Yeah. All right. Well, take it easy, Jordan. Hope things are going all right, and maybe we'll see you around sometime. Who knows?
Yeah. I hope to see you guys soon. Yeah.
All right. Later.
Bye.
Whoa. Oh, damn, I got through that.
That was like the phone
None the
equivalent
wiser.
when you take 2 dates to the same place.
Yes.
Except you're the one
Cool
who
as a
changes.
cucumber, Jordan Gray.
Dorian Donahue.
Dorian Gray.
So when we hand the comic book to Dorian, do I have it already open to the page?
I think we have copies. So you actually have we've got a stapled version. You got to flip it open. So you can very naturally just sort of.
We'll hand her a Sharpie and be like, can we get your autograph?
That's right.
Make this a signed
wrote
copy?
it, maybe.
Okay.
Incredible.
Let's get
in barrels and let's go, fam.
Captain Smokey or whatever. It's like, God, you guys are crazy. You guys are insane.
Just try.
You guys ready yet?
Yeah,
we've
let's
been
do
ready.
it.
And off we go to Ostia. And you guys start to pull away from the docks and head towards the continent of Ostia, where you will hopefully meet up with Isis, Kynon, Freya, and Zuri.
And hopefully Dorian Gray.
And hopefully Dorian Gray as well. And maybe another collection of characters. Who knows?
I mean, probably, yeah. You gotta bring the creepy people back.
No.
But we'll see all those people next time.
I did a little roll there at the end and I got a 10, so I'm pretty sure Nona knows now.
Oh, geez, oh, God. Puts one phone up, like, hello, and then puts the other one out. Like, yeah, no, it definitely is. Oh, geez.
There's like a third phone there.
There's actually a third alter ego we don't know about.
I mean, they're good, as many as they want.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, that's
Also,
funny.
Goro Sato.
That would be impressively bad. Because then they're just fucking around.
Just playing your own wannabe.